This thing's full of bacteria, a fast-growing one at that. Hey, Spock, get over here and tell me what all this other mechanical nonsense means.
This is a food-producing unit, Captain. There's a fast-growing bacteria inside. The bacteria is continually being harvested, and units of food are being produced and carried elsewhere by that large pipe. The small pipe next to it carries the byproducts.
That seems simple.
There's much more, Captain.
Well, I'm surprised.
Any breaks in any of the pipes will send a release signal to the discharge unit, as will interruption of power to the food-producing unit. Any tampering will send the bacteria into the atmosphere.
Right. So they're feeding the Balcosi with these little food pellets being produced by this bacteria, but turning off the power will cause it to leak it all into the atmosphere, which presumably will be bad. So we really don't want to do that. Like, I don't understand, because it's like Bones was saying stuff about making them aggressive. Have I missed something? Like, I don't know.
I'm just a simple...
Yeah.
Captain, I do not notice any external control.
Yeah. Really don't know what we're supposed to do. Can't get this.
No effect.
No, I can't.
Jim, I'd like to take him to the medical examination room next door. I want to know
Oh.
what that gas is doing.
Not a bad idea, Bones.
Jim, I don't think that Balcosian would like that idea.
Okay, well then, can you...
Well, Jim, vital signs seem elevated for a creature his size. But other than that, he seems healthy.
I mean, I don't quite like this, but let's stun him.
I'll try to stun him when he goes to eat.
That doesn't seem very nice, but let's pick him up.
Jim, I'd like to take him to the medical examination room next door.
Not a bad idea, Bones.
Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, actually do it. Bones?
Now, this is more like...
Yeah. Get on with it.
My God, look at these readings. Everything's elevated. Small wonder that the Balcosi are in turmoil. Every aggression-related hormone in this guy's body is working overtime.
What's causing it, Bones?
That little hiss of air was loaded with pheromones, Jim. The creature inhaled them and immediately went into overload.
This must happen at random intervals when they collect the food.
I hate to sound like Spock, but there's more, and it's pretty fascinating. Also horrifying. The pheromone is perfectly tuned to the Balcosian physiology. It's like somebody genetically engineered both.
Didn't the Demeter report say there weren't enough records showing the Balcosian presence on the planet? Could they have been put here on purpose?
It is possible we have stumbled in on an experiment, Captain.
I think so.
With the subjects being treated like rats, it's criminal, Jim. These can be thinking beings.
I'm not certain it is the Balcosi that are the subjects, Bone. I think it is us.
What?
Interesting hypothesis, Captain. What is your supporting data?
It's the way all of this is set up, Spock. I can't put my finger on it, but it just feels so set up. We keep finding out just enough to make choices. The real question is who? Who's doing this to us?
The line was really forcing that Shatnerism on him there.
And to what purpose, Captain?
Why indeed, Spock? Why indeed?
It could be like a first contact thing where they're trying to judge our level of morality.
Finally, something I can deal with.
You should feel almost at home, Doctor.
You get no response.
Yeah, the guy isn't going to talk to us. Okay, so we're being tested. I still don't understand what the consequences of shutting off the device are. It's okay. Shutting off the device, the power, will get us technology, but at the same time,
This doesn't seem like a cat.
right? At the same
No,
time,
I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's
Stop it.
necessary.
At the same time, it will do something bad to the Balcosi. So, I mean, ideally, we want to shut off this machine that's feeding them this stuff and making them aggressive. How do we do that? I mean, other than phasering it, that could be a way. But the problem is, this will release the bacteria into the atmosphere, and that will...
This generator may be providing power for more than just this complex. It is broadcasting power, which is causing the interference in communications with the Enterprise. I cannot tell for certain if there are receiving units for this power, because some of the readout circuits are damaged. Fascinating.
What is fascinating this time, Spock? I doubt it's fascinating to either Bones or myself, but I'm sure that won't stop you from telling. What is fascinating this time, Spock?
You tell him, Jim. I'm getting sick of this alien smarter-than-thou attitude.
But he is smarter than you.
If either of you had an ounce of logic, you would be more prepared to listen to my information, and possibly even understand it.
That is insubordination-y talk, Mr. Spock. You can talk to Bones like that, but not Kirk.
Bordering on insubordination, aren't we, Mr. Spock?
I always knew that no emotion garbage was just a cover. He thinks he should be in charge.
Mr. Spock, I'll have those findings from you right now.
Captain, it appears the circuit was deliberately damaged. This would only be possible if the force field were down. Who would damage their own machinery? And for what purpose?
More and more curious, Mr. Spock.
Also, Captain, I am able to determine that if power is interrupted rather than shut down from this console, it will send a signal to that effect. The signal will trigger some other event. I do not know what the event will be. The readout is now fully functional. There are other locations on this planet receiving power from this generator. Most peculiar. The locations of these units are not in the database.
So I tried to put this circuit board into this machine, and all this happened, and I'm still very confused by this situation.
And you think they should be?
It would be logical, Captain. But removing the circuit that controls the on and off functions of this device would also be illogical.
Yeah, why'd they do it?
Are you trying to tell me that's what happened here?
Exactly, Captain. Until that repair is made, it would be impossible to execute a proper shutdown procedure.
So, wait, is there another piece of circuitry that we... Okay, we've put it in. So...
Captain Kirk realizes...
Yeah. Spock.
The readout is now fully functional.
Okay.
There are other locations on this planet receiving power from this generator.
And you think they should?
It would be...
Are you trying to tell me...
Exactly.
I don't know what to do. I'm very confused.
I have entered data into the tricorder. This object is an alien archive.
Right, we know that. Okay. What about this other device we have?
No, I don't think that's...
No, I guess not. Okay. I'm tempted to shoot it with a phaser, but no. We'll figure this out the Starfleet way, damn it. Okay, so I was thinking I needed to use the switch on this, but I don't have the switch anymore. I can't remember what I did with it. So I went back and looked at the footage, and I did already use the switch on it, but the dialogue didn't seem to make it clear that it had changed anything. But I think now, if it's shut down, it won't eject the stuff, even though it says it will.
would just be wasted.
I don't know. This is all very confusing, and I'm probably being stupid, but
A discharge unit set to eject.
it's set to eject. How do I switch it? Like,
No effect.
how do I make things happen? I mean, he just scans it. He won't.
A discharge unit.
Yeah, and this doesn't work. So, what am I missing? Okay, so apparently now I did check the walkthrough just to make sure that I was doing the right thing, because I thought this was correct. Like, now that I've used the switch on the VAT, shutting down the power should not cause it to get ejected, even though the dialogue doesn't seem to really indicate that.
Captain, accessing the...
Yes, Spock. That information could be critical to the Federation.
Okay, so let's do this.
I have the data, Captain. The archive is now empty and has sent its signal.
Because it did say something like interrupting the power will send a different kind of signal to somewhere else, does something different. Like, it's all very vague. Maybe I'm just being stupid.
I'm not happy about this, Jim. I think we're dooming the Balcosi to eternal strife, not to mention what it's doing to us.
Well, I thought it wasn't going to do that.
Spock may have had it right. This might have been the plan all along. Someone obviously set all this up. Would they possibly put the Balcosi in a position to be negatively affected?
Well, maybe.
Captain, the energy field has dropped enough for us to communicate with the Enterprise.
Kirk to Enterprise. Scotty, are you there?
Captain Kirk, good to hear your voice.
And yours, Scotty. 3 to beam up.
What? I have a feeling I did all that wrong, but I have no bloody idea. That was deeply confusing. Please
Chekhov,
explain.
set phasers on widest possible setting.
What?
We need to sterilize the atmosphere near that complex. We must wipe out that bacteria.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, as we surmised on the planet, there are more bacteria-producing locations. Sensors indicate several similar geysers of material being ejected into the atmosphere from various locations on the planet. My calculations are that we cannot destroy enough of the bacteria to stop it from invading the ecosystem. Captain, the Balcosi will be permanently subjected to the pheromone.
What? But...
Jim, I've gone over the report. You have doomed the Balcosi to violent behavior and cut their food supply to boot. Jim, with all your years of service, you should know that no information, no matter how revolutionary, is worth condemning an entire civilization. Maybe you and your crew have been together a bit too long. I expect better things from you, Captain. You are hereby ordered to return to Starbase 42 for re-evaluation of your fitness for command. Mr. Spock, you are now in command, until you receive further orders.
Right. Okay.
Load a previously saved game.
Right. Okay. I'm going to show you the walkthrough. Okay, so it's got this part where it's giving you clues, and it allows you to just get some hints before you try. So we did everything right here. We lowered the force fields, we got the badges, we did the puzzle, we studied the natives. Okay, releasing pheromones to the atmosphere, how can I avoid doing this? You can only release pheromones to the air when you shut down the vat unsafely. Shut it down safely and you will not harm the Balcosians. Okay, is it possible to safely deactivate the power generator? You must fix the power generator controls. You need the proper equipment to do this. The interface card and cables do the trick. Okay, but cables didn't work. Cables didn't do anything.
No, I don't think that's
See,
necessary.
it doesn't work. Oh, you have to click on that particular part of it. Brilliant.
The repair is complete, Captain. It would now be possible to safely shut this machine down. However, doing so would certainly affect all the other equipment in this complex.
Okay, so the reason it wasn't working is because I clicked on the wrong pixel. Adventure games. See, Okay, wait a minute. There are 2 different items here. It's this pillar.
The generator
Right.
feeds power to other machines.
No, wait.
A records archive.
Okay. It's really unclear that there are 2 different objects here. It all looks like the same thing.
The generator feeds.
Okay. Alright, Spock, shut it down.
Captain, do you wish...
Let's hold off on that. Shut it down, Spock.
Okay.
Well, that ends that threat. Balcosi can rest peacefully tonight and from now on.
Okay.
It is still a trying time in their development, Doctor.
Think of it as an adventure, Spock. Scotty, 3 to beam up.
That was really confusing. I apologize for just stumbling through that and just being awkward,
Captain,
but...
the power source has completed its shutdown cycle. There is no trace of the bacteria or pheromone in the atmosphere. It would appear the Balcosi are free to choose their own future.
Good to hear, Spock. I know losing a find like that archive has to hurt.
That would be an emotional response.
Of course it would. How silly of me.
Captain, there are 2 signals being broadcast from the planet. The first is another burst following the same path as the original broadcast. The other signal emanates from nearby the first. It's aimed at us, Captain.
Subject suitable. Testing continues.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Interesting report, Jim. I think you were right to release the Balcosi from outside influence. Too bad you couldn't retrieve the archive.
Oh, they complain every way, don't they?
No one at Starfleet has any idea who is behind all this, or what the testing message was all about. Keep us informed as you find out more. I've got confidence in you, Jim.
It seems a bit hypocritical of me for some highfalutin alien species on their ivory tower of awesomeness to say, oh, let's test the morality of these lowly humans by allowing them to completely annihilate a species with evil pheromones. Like, how is that? What right do they have to judge us based on their willingness to do that?
I've reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments.
Comments, eh? What is it now? Did I fuck up again?
I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim.
Wow.
Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
Wow. We've got a D and then an A. Amazing. Okay, I don't know if I really deserve credit for that, because I did look at the walkthrough, but I knew what to do, I just didn't realise there were two separate objects to click on. So I'm going to stop complaining and making excuses. Next mission!
Captain's log, stardate 6236.5. Following our mission to Balkos, the Enterprise is proceeding to Omega Corvus to probe radiation clouds. We are expecting an uneventful mission.
Probing radiation clouds. It's not going to just be that, is it?
Message from Starfleet Command.
On screen.
This is a Code 2 emergency, Captain. 3 Federation ships have vanished in the Delphi system within the last month. 3 days ago, we lost contact with the USS Zimbabwe. You are to go to the Delphi system and find out what's happened to our ships. Starfleet out.
Intriguing. 3 lost starships. Let's go where they went.